The boy wonder at it again.
For decades, Brazil has been a breeding ground for exceptional football talent. From Pelé and Garrincha to Neymar and Vinicius Jr., Brazilian players have captivated audiences and dominated the global football landscape. However, the recent influx of young Brazilian talent into European leagues has sparked a critical discussion. Should European teams continue their heavy investment in Brazilian players? While the undeniable talent pool of Brazil is tempting, several factors suggest that European clubs should broaden their search for talent beyond the South American nation. European clubs have been paying crazy transfer fees for Brazilian players, often exceeding their true market value. The inflated price tag stems from a combination of factors: the Brazilian premium associated with technical prowess and flair, competition among major European clubs, and limited access to accurate scouting data on young Brazilian players. This overspending has resulted in numerous cases of players failing to live up to expectations, such as Felipe Coutinho's disappointing spell at Barcelona despite excelling in Liverpool. One prominent challenge faced by Brazilian players in European leagues is the struggle to adapt to the unique playing styles and tactical nuances. An example of this is the case of Alex Teixeira, who moved to the Chinese Super League after an underwhelming stint with Shakhtar Donetsk in Europe. His inability to seamlessly integrate into European football raises questions about the adaptability of Brazilian players despite their undeniable talent. According to Opta statistics, the average adaptation period for Brazilian players tends to be longer than that of European counterparts, impacting their immediate contributions to the team. The transition from Brazilian football to European leagues can be challenging. The faster pace, stricter tactics, and different physical demands often require significant adaptation. This can hinder a player's development and limit their performance. Additionally, the cultural differences and potential language barriers can further complicate the adjustment process. Another pressing concern surrounding the high-priced Brazilian players is their easiness to injuries, potentially disrupting team dynamics and performance. A comprehensive analysis of injury records reveals that Brazilian players, on average, experience a higher rate of injuries compared to players from other regions. This physical toll not only limits the consistent availability of these players, but also raises doubts about their long-term viability for European clubs. For instance, the injury-prone nature of Anderson Talisca during his time at Wolverhampton and later in the Chinese league underscores the risks associated with such investments. The cultural and language differences between Brazil and European countries often contribute to challenges in team integration. Communication breakdowns both on and off the field can hinder a player's performance and disrupt team cohesion. The case of Roberto Firmino, although eventually successful with Liverpool, initially saw struggles due to language barriers and stylistic differences. Instances like these emphasize the importance of considering not only the footballing skills but also the adaptability and cultural fit of Brazilian players within European squads. Now, heading into the data supporting the argument, let's go first with transfer fees. A 2021 study by CIES Football Observatory revealed that Brazilian players accounted for the highest average transfer fee in the world, exceeding 40 million per player. This highlights the significant investment European clubs are making in Brazilian talent. Now heading into performance data, a recent analysis by Transfermarkt showed that only 50% of Brazilian players who transferred to Europe for over 20 million between 2017 and 2022 met expectations. This reinforces the concern about overinflated price tags and underperformance. Now, heading into adaptability challenges, a 2023 survey by Fifth Pro revealed that Brazilian players face significant adaptation difficulties in Europe, with language barriers and cultural differences being the biggest obstacles, and this highlights the potential impact on player performance and overall well-being. European clubs should invest in developing their own youth academies and scouting networks, focusing on nurturing talent from within their own countries. This can yield long-term benefits and provide a more sustainable talent pipeline. European clubs can broaden their horizons by looking to emerging football markets like Africa, Asia, and Eastern Europe. The success stories of players from diverse backgrounds such as Erling Haaland from Norway and Bruno Fernandes from Portugal demonstrate that impactful and cost-effective talent exists beyond the Brazilian market. A broader scouting approach could unearth hidden gems and provide a more diversified and sustainable strategy for team building. Recently, we saw the arrivals of Vitor Roque and Endrick, two stars, similar ages, and both going to two of the best clubs in the world, Barcelona and Real Madrid. But it's looking out to be a bad investment, at least for one of them. Vitor Roque has barely played, and although he has shown his talent, there is something that Xavi doesn't like about him, which Barcelona considers to either loan him out or sell him completely. 60 million down the drain, once again, for a Brazilian star that didn't meet his expectations. While Brazil boasts a rich history of football talent, European clubs should adopt a more cautious approach when investing in the Brazilian market. The inflated transfer fees, adaptation concerns, and reliance on individual talent necessitate a shift in strategy. By investing in local academies, exploring emerging markets, and prioritizing versatility, European clubs can build a more sustainable and successful talent acquisition model, ensuring they acquire players who can thrive on and off the pitch. The global football landscape is vast and diverse, offering a plethora of talented players waiting to be discovered. By looking beyond Brazil, European clubs can position themselves for continued success in the years to come.